Nous sommes avec Albert Nzongang dans cet entretien, fleuve sur nos antennes par la Fru Média, radio-télévision. Merci d'être avec nous. Cette deuxième partie d'entretien justement avec vous, Albert Nzongang. Nous parlons de l'élection présidentielle. C'est le sujet majeur au Cameroun et tout le monde s'y intéresse, même à l'international. Alors selon vous, Albert Nzongang, la compétition politique au Cameroun est-elle équitable pour tous les candidats?
Non.
Pourquoi?
Parce que quand vous avez un bandit qui réussit à organiser un match.
Est-ce que ce n'est pas très dur?
Mais un voleur, tu veux que je l'appelle comment? Quand tu voles, quand on démontre que tu as volé, tout le monde sait qu'on a volé l'argent de Covid.
Mais c'est vous qui avez déclaré également que vous aviez été dans la combine pour que John Fru Ndi ne soit pas élu en 92.
Non, peut-être.
Est-ce que vous n'êtes pas aussi un bandit politique?
Peut-être que ce jour-là, tu ne m'as pas laissé bien dire. Il n'y avait jamais une combine pour faire... pour retirer la victoire à Fru Ndi. Fru Ndi avait outrepassé le deal qu'il avait eu avec le RDPC, à savoir aller compétir comme ça. Lui aussi a été surpris d'être élu, mais il a joué le jeu, puisqu'il a refusé à ses avocats d'aller se plaindre.
Il a fait ça.
Bien sûr, les avocats ont voulu porter plainte comme nous avons fait. Nous sommes allés au Conseil constitutionnel en sachant que rien ne changerait. Mais c'est pour écrire l'histoire. Parce que ces gens ont peur de l'histoire. Ils ont peur de ceux qui les mettent en face de leurs bêtises, de leurs fautes. Ils préfèrent que ça se passe sous silence. Donc Fru Ndi était d'accord, puisque après cela, on l'a mis dans les conditions qui lui avaient été permises et il a vécu le restant de sa vie très bien traité par le parti au pouvoir.
Mais justement, honorable Nzongang, plusieurs professeurs de droit se sont prononcés publiquement
de non-droit.
D'accord. Bon.
Écoute, les professeurs de droit qui se sont prononcés. Lisson, il a commencé par être un professeur qui éclairait la lanterne du peuple. Le patron de l'enseignement supérieur lui a dit « Ok, mais ça tu veux passer le grade supérieur, tu ne l'auras pas. » Il s'est présenté 2 sessions. Pas pour être agrégé. Eux tous fuient l'agrégation. Vous savez qu'il y a 2 voies pour être professeur. Soit vous faites étudier votre dossier par le comité des universités. Or, qui dit comité des universités au Cameroun parle de Famé Ndongo. Si Famé Ndongo dit que tu ne vas pas passer, tu ne passes pas. Donc, Lisson était l'un des profs les plus brillants. Il passait à la télé, y compris chez vous, pour dire des choses que le pouvoir n'aime pas qu'on entende. La vérité. On lui a dit, ok, continue à dire ta vérité, tu vas voir. En novembre, là, on a fait de lui professeur. Et on lui a donné sa feuille de route. C'est de dire. Et le pauvre est en train de se ridiculiser en tordant le cou au droit.
Mais est-ce que...
Tu as mon ami, mon fils, Owana.
Onangini, en l'occurrence, oui.
Lui-même, on a vu sa transformation. Il est passé de génie aux côtés du peuple à génie pour opprimer le peuple. Tout le monde comprend. Le pauvre a fait l'agrégation 2 fois, on a refusé. Il a fallu qu'il passe par l'autre voie, la voie de nomination, pour ainsi dire. Et il a été reçu, on l'a même gradé, et on lui a dit, désormais, tu vas te dédire. Tu as un autre là, à Bafoussam, le Bamungu. Son rêve, c'est de remplacer son frère qui est au premier ministère. Il était député. Et lui, il est prêt à tout. Vous avez vu ce qu'il a fait dans la franc-maçonnerie. Il voulait renverser Moukoko comme grand maître. Donc, c'est un prétentieux, prêt à tout. Donc, ceux-là ne sont pas des professeurs. C'est des gens qui veulent satisfaire leurs conditions personnelles et sont prêts à tout. Un vrai enseignant ne s'appuie que sur la science exacte, ne dit que le droit, ne tord pas le cou au droit.
Et dans ce cas...
Quand vous entendez un enseignant qui vous dit, à la fin, dans tout cas, le Conseil constitutionnel dira le dernier mot. Mais mon Dieu, on veut se moquer de qui? Qui est au Conseil constitutionnel? On vient de vous montrer le dernier membre, c'était membre du comité central du RDPC. Donc, c'est le Conseil constitutionnel du RDPC. Qui juge? C'est des juges, bon, les pauvres, on ne leur permet même pas de passer le grade depuis 5 ans. Et quelqu'un vous disait là que depuis 6 ans, il attendait de passer le grade. Le président n'a pas le temps de tenir le conseil de la magistrature. Ils sont tenus à la gorge par le RDPC. Qui est au conseil Electoral? C'est le RDPC. Donc les gars vous disent, Ok, si c'est comme ça, laissons le droit. Il y en a qui vont nous dire quel est le droit. Mais c'est des gens qui disent le non-droit et non le droit.
Mais justement, honorable Albert Nzongang, ne pensez-vous pas que, selon vous, le droit constitutionnel au Cameroun, vous pensez qu'il est instrumentalisé quand on vous écoute parler à des fins politiques?
Mon ami Bojiko,
oui.
Vraiment, prenez votre titre de Camerounais. Laissez le manteau de journaliste qui prêche le faux pour comprendre le vrai. Qu'est-ce que le Conseil constitutionnel? C'est le Conseil qui veille à la constitutionnalité des lois. Quand vous allez au Conseil constitutionnel vous plaindre que voilà une partie de la Constitution qui est violée par tel, et les gars vous disent qu'ils sont incompétents, on t'envoie où? Mais quand le Conseil constitutionnel, le saumon, c'est celui qui veille à la constitutionnalité, c'est celui qui dit que ce que vous avez dit là, ou ce que vous n'avez pas fait là. La Constitution dit l'Electoral doit publier avant le 31 décembre la liste nationale des inscrits. Eux, ils savent que tout le vol, tout le micmac, c'est dans la liste.
Mais en ce moment, il y a quand même Electoral. Quel est votre avis sur le fonctionnement et la crédibilité d'Élections Cameroun dans l'organisation?
Il n'y a aucun, c'est le service politique de l'AT. À qui on a redonné un nouveau nom. C'est les membres du gouvernement. On lui a seulement donné un nouveau nom. Et ça me fait pitié pour mon ami Essoussé, qui était quand même un fonctionnaire assez réputé. Même le Conseil constitutionnel, si je vous dis que la plupart des lois dont on se réfère venant de la Cour suprême, c'est à mon père à Tangana qui avait rendu ces arrêts-là. C'était un magistrat incorruptible. Malheureusement, à sa retraite, il est tombé dans leur piège. On lui a dit, ok, on va te donner à manger à condition que tu sois...
Et dans ce cas, l'opposition camerounaise, Albert Nzongang, pensez-vous qu'elle soit suffisamment unie pour espérer changer le rapport de force en 2025?
Non, il n'y a pas d'unité d'opposition. Quand tu as 10 enfants, chaque enfant sait ce qu'il te reproche et il sait les moyens qu'il utilise. Je ne voudrais pas qu'on dise unis de quoi. Il y en a qui s'opposent là pour ne plus avoir faim, pour qu'on ait l'œil sur eux. Il y en a qui s'opposent juste parce qu'ils sont loisifs. Vous êtes dans un pays où les gens vont avoir pour premier métier président de la République. Mais la présidence de la République est la consécration de ce que tu as déjà fait dans ta vie et qui amène tes concitoyens à dire « Ah, si ce monsieur-là gère le pays comme il a géré telle chose, comme il a fait telle chose, vraiment, peut-être on sera bien. » Mais tu sors de nulle part, tu veux devenir président de la République. C'est normal. C'est la démocratie. Si on te vote, on te vote.
Mais que répondez-vous donc à ceux qui reprochent à vous, les opposants, de manquer d'une stratégie commune face au RDPC?
Je te dis, c'est faux. Il y en a qui sont des opposants du RDPC lui-même. Tu ne peux pas combattre ton patron, c'est lui qui te nourrit. Le RDPC, sachant que il vaut mieux diviser pour mieux régner, a créé ses propres opposants. Et chaque jour, on les découvre. Écoutez, comment vous voulez aller aux élections? La composition de la liste électorale, ça ne vous intéresse pas. Vous dites, bon, je m'en fous qu'elle est comme fasse n'importe quelle liste. Moi, je vais aller aux élections. Vous êtes sérieux? Vous voulez aller aux élections? Vous dites, ah, moi, je suis sûr que ce que je présente aux gens, les autres n'ont pas. Qu'est-ce que vous présentez aux gens? Je suis jeune. Mais mon ami Bojiko, comme disait Ndomo, la jeunesse n'est pas un
âge.
Non, la jeunesse.
Un programme politique.
Oui. Il y a des jeunes vieux et des vieux jeunes. Moi qui vous parle, j'ai plus de 75 ans. Mais j'ai l'âge mental de 30, de 35 ans. Il y en a là qui ont 20 ans. Quand ils parlent, tu penses qu'ils sont plus vieux que Paul Biya. Donc, la jeunesse n'est pas un critère d'excellence. C'est un climat de cœur. C'est dans le cœur de chacun.
Mais dites-nous, honorable Albert Nzongang, évoquons maintenant les idées. Vous, au sein du MRC, et notamment avec le professeur Kamto, qui, lui, est résolu à aller à la présidentielle, les Camerounais ont des questions qui taraudent leurs esprits, des préoccupations majeures, des questions d'intérêt national. La crise anglophone, même si aujourd'hui il y a une acclamation.
Militant of MRC that are unjustly imprisoned by the Yaoundé regime. I want to doff my hat to them this evening, to the national president of the Cameroon Renaissance Movement, who is in Paris for the rally to take place on the 31st at the Place de la République in France. I equally want to greet the Southwest Regional Boss of MRC, Barrister Likenye Emmanuel, and the Divisional Boss, Mr. Emmanuel Kemonye. As for you, televiewers, it's always a pleasure to meet you. Hope tonight we are going to deepen more into the similitude, or should I say, into the foul play now called national unity that the dictatorial regime of Mr. Biya has imposed on us at a time when Cameroonians are wondering whether we are celebrating referendum day or we are talking about unity day. Which of them are they actually celebrating? When the Anglophone are tortured, ignored, and manipulated, Biya has no respect for the Anglophone.
Right.
He's a man who has refused to give a genuine dialogue to the people who matter, and we are talking about unity. So it pains my heart at the moment that I'm called up to share idea about how it went. All we had here, for example, in Boya, before I give you the floor, I don't have the culture of standing with the floor. I just want to say that when I pull students from the police school in Mutengene and survey school to come and flop the grandstand, what unity are we talking about?
Okay. We definitely, of course, we know that the National Unity Day is a reality. It's a historic event that happened on 20th of May, the referendum on 20th of May 1972, and we had an elaborate program here with our history professor to explain, who at one point said, no, I'll keep my faculties aside and save my people by going in for election. Are you also of the opinion that putting them in those strategic positions can really help solve the administrative issues and political crisis we have in the country, Cyrille?
I think I will answer your question, but you permit me to have a premises that when a country is ruled by a demon, somebody cited that from the Bible. The whole people are mourning. So when I see people try to smile on the platform, I get worried. It's like they don't know we are mourning. So if I take from the perspective that we are all mourning, where a 93 years old man have refused to go on retirement and is punishing the whole country, then we sit and we are laughing. It's not really funny. When I say that, I want to say the morality of an individual in itself, automatically cannot change a house that is corrupt. Because the hope 2012 when Electoral was created was to have an independent body that is going to be characterized with transparency, free and fair, who guarantee these three qualities that is not an identity to Cameroon alone, but to every other country that claim to be democratically sovereign. But in Cameroon, we have an organ that has been infiltrated by the Ministry of Administration, of Territorial Administration. There are pictures online that they regularly, almost after every term, go and render report to a house whose boss, talking about Mr. Paul Atanganji, have openly claimed his belonging to the ruling party. So the very nature of the house itself can corrupt the individual, in quotes, who is morally justified. And so it's a political maneuver, very far from the genuine reform. We are few months, you talk of 5 months, but I take it from when the Electoral College will be called. So we are less than 2 months. And the time is to play on the psychosocial aspect of Cameroonian, because war is predicted by so many people. Those who are joking with the candidacy of MRC are actually drawing the picture of war.
No, you cannot predict
on
doom.
the war.
You cannot
because
predict doom for
somebody, there is one thing in the house. If you allow your children to be coming late and they tell you that these children might end up as bandits. Now you can say that their mother always pray with them in the morning, but somebody is just telling you that I have seen this happen in other places. Where electoral instruments are play tools for leaders, they are actually lighters that they are preparing to light gas. They have to be very careful with when you go on social contract or John Locke. We came together and gave power to an individual. He must always remind himself that it does not belong to him. And so when we say let the game be fair, he should understand that whether he is a semi-god or who he is, he cannot be above the people. So it's a move that is meant to deceive both national and international observers. That men of God, especially the new pope, I saw Atanganji in Italy trying to corrupt. If I thought he was trying to give them money, then that would be called
it wasn't
corruption.
money. You cannot justify that to be money.
Do you have another thing he could be giving the man at that time?
Yes, it was his personal articles.
Well,
it must not be
knowing
money.
Cameroonian.
Even if it is money, it is his personal money.
Then that less than 24 hours, a priest is appointed. What a coincidence. For naive, they would think it's coincidence. We don't really see that.
Is it not
Again,
hidden?
it goes back to buy that psychosocial preparedness, because there is, the Christian, they are about 3/4 of the population of Cameroon, and the Catholic alone can claim even more than half of that 3/4. So it's a considerable population that can be harvested for electoral purposes, both before, during, and after. So everything is done to mitigate any crisis that might emanate from the electoral process.
Which is good.
Of course, that's political calculation. That's what I say. It's a psychosocial preparation. They are using tools to fit the masses that are spiritually oriented, to tell them that one of you is amongst us. So if you say you don't trust us, it means you don't trust your teacher, your spiritual teacher. Are you getting me? That's the psychosocial aspect of it.
Are you not looking?
But unfortunately, they have people like me on their roads. Now we keep telling them that it's late.
Are you not looking at it on the other flip of the coin?
That so the gesture does not replace the need for consensual reform of the electoral code. That's what we are calling for. Since 2012, we keep reminding the government in place. Unfortunate for them, the coming of artificial intelligence has placed almost every citizen at equal level, especially for those who can fit. When a human being can already have his 3 square meal a day and he really wants to get himself emancipated, he will. Artificial intelligence has come to level ground. So Cameroonians are more emancipated than they were in 2018. To answer those who say MRC boycotted election in 2020, the mindset of Cameroonians, as we have prepared it within the 7 years, is no more the same. Without such reform, no election can be free and fair. And the MRC rejects cosmetic changes and remain mobilized for true democratic reforms. So there is no way we are moved. In any perspective, I
am not cutting you. If a member of MRC is appointed into a LECAM, will you also reject the move as cosmetic?
You see, I have been approached even in this town by people who think they have all the power. And they can tell you, I always reject their offers.
So is that strategic?
We must learn.
By not being part of the team?
Especially as Anglophones, to know that this ghost town day that has been declared on Monday is not a fancy play. We must learn to fast, especially when those who are responsible, because leadership is a responsibility. It's not it's not an honor. It's not an honor. I see everybody today claiming His Excellency. If the governor move here, you see people start getting up. Excellency. No! He's there to serve the people. It has to be clear. So we must come out of this cocoon to be seeing people who are supposed to serve us as the gods. So he himself, he knows that if the people are aware that they have the power, the sovereign power, then I will not give them a cosmetic code, electoral code that makes. Can you believe that they said it's only the report of Elecam that is of good faith when it comes to electoral process and statistics? You see, how do you go into election knowing that you are holding reports of an activity and that is only the one that can be cooked and they have 2 weeks?
But I want to believe that most of the complaints that opposition political parties like yours made to Elecam, at least the head
nothing
of
has been
they're
done.
beginning to address them.
Nothing has been done.
By first bringing people who can sit on the table and bring out this code.
I started by telling you, Jude, that an individually, even the Pope, I mean, based on the level of morality, brought in a context like ours, cannot change because.
So how do you want to change?
Though we say it is a parliamentary system, it is highly presidential.
Okay.
Can you imagine that the House of Parliament in Cameroon is carrying the name of Mr. Biya Paul? Can you imagine? A house that was given as a gift, a Chinese gift to Cameroonian. They still find a way to put Mr. Biya names there as, and they say they want to give him honor. It means that is the judiciary, as the legislative arm of the government that has been given to a man. That was just a consecration because that is how he has been operating at least since 1990. So I'm telling you that we are in democracy, and there are set of laws. I'm talking under the control of a lawyer. There are set of laws that we sign and ratify internationally, and we benefit from grants both as donation but equally as debts, as credit. So these people, these international houses, when they are gratifying our country with these resources, when they are giving scholarship to our country, when they are giving humanitarian aid, is because we have presented ourselves as democrats. But the operation is purely dictatorial. It is like a family and their friends that have put themselves together, and they are usurpating titles to punish other people. Anglophone in this country don't have an identity. And what we have obtained, when the Anglophone came out and complained, they picked some few, and today the same who exacerbated the crisis in the beginning are the one leading today. Nalova Lyonga is one of them.
Okay.
She was in the university.
Now let's
sex students on the street, they get them wear trash. But what did the BR government did? Appointed her as minister.
Let's come back. I don't want us to go much into those other. I wanted us to stay on the issue of this praise, because it's true that you might.
Section 80 of this article says that they are supposed to publish the National Electoral Register, something that Cameroonian can check, duplicate. But the Director General of Electoral says that all the different lists that he has published in various branches represent the national list. Then we're telling him that no, a register cannot a local register cannot reflect a national register. A national register is a compilation put in one place. He says that if they have to post it in an environment, it's going to take 3 hectares of land. They say, but in an internet world, where do you come with the idea of publishing it physically? Why not put it in the site? They say that they once did that and it was hacked. I'm telling you that we are in a system where everything is designed to corrupt the mind of the people. Unfortunately, the people are distracted looking for piecemeal, what to eat, and they have dug themselves into spiritual issues. After they have seen what to eat, they are praying for the next day. So if Cameroonian cannot be rescued at that basic level, I'm telling you, 60% of Cameroonian, when they get up on daily basis, they are looking for what to eat. The ones that have struggled to survive a little bit, they are distracting others with farming, with prostitution here, with some kind of funny lifestyle, and it's making the whole country. How many young people are following us as we are talking here? Why has the government maintained them into pari-foot, into gambling? People talk about football today as if it's a religion. I'm sure even the church have started facing challenges, gathering their Christians and having them mindfully present in the congregation.
I'm telling you that those are little things you should observe that they are using to control the people, that we should be able to counsel them and tell them that they have done this themselves and they are perishing because they have refused to be emancipated.
Father, let's just see if we can.
In Kumba, I want to say that the reporter is biased. The news.
You have become the new Donald Trump.
The news item, as you see, is a propaganda of CPDM and SDF. Even on this platform, if you see the way I've been sidelined, that parts that are not represented on the platform are largely echoed at the detriment of some of us that had to trek from Moliko to Bongo Square just to come and serve the people. That is how psychologically we keep traumatizing the people who are listening, who just want to know that they are still good faith Cameroonian who are preparing a better future for them. I will not relent my effort. Even if I will come here, nobody talk about the MRC, I want to say that the first political party of the opposition.
I am giving you room to talk about the MRC.
Is the MRC. And they do everything to always keep us at the lock so that nobody should know about us, just that we are always there for the people. The simple reason that we have militants in prison that have been in prison because they were calling to an end to the Anglophone crisis. Electoral road up.
No, well, is that why you people do not partake?
Is the more reason why some media refuse to actually say what is going on for fear to be censored. I want to say that the regime showcase pseudo parties to create an illusion of political pluralism. It's nothing. It's a monopolistic party system. You just have to hear some political parties of the opposition on this very platform. They talk as if they know a place where they go and meet with the ruling party. I want to say that true democratic actors like the MRC are always and were marginalized again this time, and symbolically included in purchase area around a suburb, just to give an impression that that is the only place where they can belong. I want to say that this reflects the regime ongoing authoritarian and manipulation of institution. The National Unity Day as a day state supposed to extend its arm and bring all the sons and daughters of our nation together to showcase the living together. But we are very far from that because the people are afraid to say the reality and have consequences afterwards. National unity cannot be achieved through exclusion and propaganda. The MRC remain committed to real democratic change in Cameroon. We refuse to legitimize a regime that suppresses freedom and silences dissent. Cameroon deserves authentic democracy, not staged political performance.
All right. But let me just say that when you say you have been silenced on the platform, you've been given equal space.
How many people have mentioned about MRC on the platform?
No, we are not here. We are not.
SDF. Is there any representative?
We are not. We are not here.
At least honor us.
No,
I have tricked.
No, we are not here. That's why you are here.
Moliko to Bongo Square is more than 5 kilometers. This I have tricked to be here.
But that is why
resources people have to be driving big cars.
That is why you are here.
At least I need consideration when I come around.
Okay. Let me take on this message before I come to you, Barrister. His work and come back and help the nation. I don't want you to abuse CPDM or Mr. Bia. I want you to tell us, give us hope. Cameroon will not end today or tomorrow. The country will be there with or without CPDM, with or without CRM and whichever political party. But what future? What should Cameroonians be working at? Give us some few words of hope for 1 minute.
Not abuse. I want to tell you now I've become an adult. I've noticed that most of my best friends now are those who told me truth when I was much more younger. Don't mind about the vocabulary I use. It's excess love that makes me to transmit exactly how I feel to you.
Too much patriotism.
Some people can cook it up. I don't know how to do so. So I want to say that CPTN had a chance again to show to you that they are on a continuous process of exclusion.
But the MRC wants to reaffirm our dedication to build a truly democratic process that includes everybody, especially the less privileged. And I hope you are going to give us
The pleasure to serve the people.
Right. And we equally had Father Solomon Lyonga Ekudi. He's a priest of the Diocese of Boya, and equally the Director of Communications of Boya Diocese, a member of DMR TV team here, and a host as well of this program, Mountain Echoes. Father, thank you for your sacrifice.
Thank you, Jude, and we pray for peace in Cameroon. We have to give our contributions whenever it is necessary, and whenever we have the opportunity to, so that Cameroon can get better.
Great. That's our hope. Now, those of you who watch, thank you very much for your time.